Please remember to switch on your camera. Please switch on your camera. Yes, please remember to switch on your camera. Okay. Okay, today, so we will start a new section today. In the past few lessons, we were talking about how to finding the equation of straight line, okay? So we always use the point-slope form, okay? We need a point, we need a slope, and then we can write down the equation by the point-slope form. And then we change the point-slope form to be the general form, okay, as the answer. And the difficulties of finding the equation of straight line normally comes from the part you need to find the slope, okay? Or sometimes it comes from the part you need to find the point, okay? So there are two big parts, the point and the slope. When you can handle the point, handle the slope, then you can write down the equation of straight line very easily, okay? And today, so I just told you that you just need to remember one form, okay? The point-slope form, okay, to find the equation of straight line, okay? And you just need to remember the general form as the answer, okay? That is the format of the answer of the equation of a straight line. But today I will teach you one more format, okay, of the equation of straight line. It is not for you to find the equation of straight line, okay? It is for you to find the slope when it is given the equation of straight line. When the question gives you the equation of straight line, and today you are going to find three important elements of a straight line, okay? So today we are going to find our objective. Our objective is to find, or it's like this, objective is when the question is given the equation of straight line, okay? So giving you the answer and asking you to find some primitive elements, okay? Asking you to find, there will be three important elements. One is the x-intercept. Two is the y-intercept. Three is the slope of the straight line. Okay? Is it clear about the objective? It's giving you the ax plus by plus c equals 0. And then asking you to find the x-intercept. That is, where does the straight line cut the x-axis? And then the second one is the y-intercept. That is, where does the straight line cut the y-axis? And the third one is the slope. That is, how steep the straight line is. Okay? Three important elements of a straight line will be these three. Okay? But how to find? So I will give you a general approach. Okay? It's always like this. Please do not read the book. Do not trust the book. Please do not trust the book in this section. Okay? Just trust me. Okay? Trust me. Do not trust the book. Okay? To find the x-intercept. So let me cover this first. Okay? To find x-intercept. X-intercept is the location where the straight line cuts the x-axis. Okay? For example, this is the x-axis, this is y-axis, and then we have a straight line L. So this position is the x-intercept. X-intercept is always on the x-axis. Any point on the x-axis we'll have the y coordinate being 0, right? Okay, so in order to find the x-intercept, we need to put y equals 0 into the equation of L, and then find x. Okay, your answer, your x answer will be the x-intercept. All right, okay, because this is how it works. Okay, when you put y to 0, the corresponding x will be the x coordinate of this point. Okay, this is x0. Okay, and then, so I think some of you have already known to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, so what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is the position or the location where the straight line cuts the y-axis. Okay, and this location is lying on the y-axis, and any point on the y-axis will have its x coordinate equal to 0. Okay, it is in the form of 0, y. Okay, but how to find that y? How to find that y? It is by putting x equals 0 into the equation of L, and then calculate the value of y. Okay, that value of y will be the y-intercept. OK， 好嗱，呢度咧有少少即係撩楞嘅嘢，我想大家搞清楚嘅。OK， 因為我記得我細個讀書嘅時候咧，都有混淆過嘅呢個位。其實啲字眼嚟嘅咧，x-intercept 其實就係一個數字嚟嘅，唔係一個 point 嚟嘅。OK， this is a point. A point on the coordinate plane will have two coordinates. We have x, y coordinates. But if the question asks you to find the x-intercept, that is just the x coordinates, okay, of this point, okay? And then if the question asks you to find the y coordinate, that is just, sorry, to find the y-intercept, okay? If the question asks you to find the y-intercept, then you just answer the y coordinates of this point, okay? So that is like this. 得嗱，如果佢問你係求 x-intercept、求 y-intercept， 你只係答一個數字嘅啫 ，OK？ 即係 x coordinate or y coordinate。但係如果佢問你嗰個 point 嘅話咧，你就要答一個坐標出嚟嘅。OK？ 咁陣間我哋做到嘅時候咧，可能你會感受深刻啲嘅。好啦 ，this is the first one. This is the second one. How about the third one? The third one is to find the slope. To find the slope. OK？ 嗱，如果要揾 slope 嘅話咧，咁呢度咧我就要借助呢本書嘅唯一一樣喺呢版裏邊咧，唯一一樣我叫你記嘅一樣嘢啦。OK？ 呢度咧有一個叫slope intercept form。OK？ So there is another form. It's called slope intercept form. OK？ It's y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. OK？ The m will be the slope of the straight line. Okay, m is the slope of a straight line, and b is actually the y-intercept. But we are not going to use this slope intercept form to find the y-intercept. We just use this form to find the slope. Okay, how to find the slope by using this form? If the equation, okay, given you is in general form, okay, ax plus by plus c equals 0, then you need to change the subject to y, okay? Change the subject to y. Change y to be the subject of the equation. And the coefficients of x, will be the slope. Okay, so what is meant by a coefficient? That is the number before the x, the number attaching to the x. Okay, that is the coefficient of x. That is the m here. Y equals mx plus b. Y is the subject of this equation, right? And then on the other side, the number multiplying to the x, that is the m, will be the slope of this straight line. Okay? 好，呢度 呢度咧就係我今日呢度可能係第一堂啦，第一堂主要教嘅嘢嚟嘅，得唔得？就係教呢三樣嘢啦。就係咧同之前有咩唔同啊？之前我哋一直咧都係 the question asks you to find the equation of a straight line, but this time the question will give you the equation of straight line and ask you to find the x-intercept, y-intercept, and to find the slope. Okay. Okay. So the method is here, and then we are going to apply this method to do some maths. Okay. Let's go back to the textbook. So let me clear the board first. We are not going to do example 7. Okay. And we're not going to do instant drill number 7. Let's go to the next page. Next page. That is this 2.18. 2.18. 都有句呢一版呢一度上面呢度咧，我自己係唔建議大家當係公式咁背嘅。OK？ 點解咧？即係我講個秘密俾大家聽，我到而家我都背唔到咧。負 A over B 負 C over B 負 C over A 邊個打邊個嘅 ？OK， 因為 A、B、C 3樣嘢實在太似啦。OK， 跟住佢3條式都係有個負，都係有2個喺度 over。我唔肯定，即係我到時咧做考試嘅時候咧，我都唔肯定邊一個係邊一個嘅。OK， 所以咧我就會用翻我頭先所講嗰啲嘅方法咧，去到計個 x-intercept 啦、y-intercept 啦同埋個 slope 嘅。OK， 好啦，我舉個例啊，舉個例。Let us do the instant drill corner 2.4 together. Okay, and so it is already uploaded to the MathApp web system, the latest classwork. Okay, and you may upload to this. Okay, so let us do this together. Number one, 3x plus 4y minus 24 is equal to 0. Okay, so can you see this? We are not going to find the equation of straight line. The equation of straight line is already given to you. Okay, but it's asking you to find something more elementary, more primitive. Okay, so that is the property of a straight line. Let us find the x-intercept first. To find the x-intercept, we need to put y equals 0. Put y equals 0. It's 3x plus 4 times 0 minus 24 equals 0. Okay, and then after some simple calculation, you will find that x is equal to 8. Okay, so the x-intercept is equal to 8. Just like this. And then to find the y-intercept, we need to put x to be 0. Okay, 嗱你真實計嘅時候咧，當然唔需要好似我咁樣逐個 step 都寫晒出嚟嘅，因為你代咗個0落去嘅時候咧，其實呢一個 term 一定係0嚟㗎啦，係嘛 ？OK， 咁其實你直接寫呢度3x 減24呢度0，然之後 x 等於8已經 OK 㗎啦。OK， 即係唔會話好似我咁仔細咁樣寫嘅。So when you put x to be 0, so what you're going to get is 3 times 0 plus 4y minus 24 equals 0. So this term will be equal to 0. What is remaining is 4y minus 24 equals 0. 4y is 24, so y is equal to 6. So the y-intercept of this straight line is equal to 6. Okay? How about the slope? The slope of the straight line. 好啦，嗱呢個 slope 咧最麻煩嘅 slope 咧，我會建議大家係用呢個方法啦。拆咗佢先啊。To find the slope, we need to change the subject of this equation to be y. OK， 嗱都有啲技巧嘅喎。我哋要將個 subject 轉做 y 係咪？即係要將個 y term 自己一個擺埋一邊。但係記住，我哋一定咧係擺喺佢係 positive 嗰邊嘅。We need to leave the y term alone on the side, on one side, and normally we will leave it on the side where it is positive. Okay? For example, this is plus 4y in this equation, so the y term is already on its positive side. So I just keep the 4y here, and then I just move the other terms to the opposite side. So minus 3x plus 24. Okay? And then you just divide the 4 to every term on the right-hand side. So it's negative 3 over 4x plus 24 over 4. Okay? 咁呢個24 over 4咧，你唔使理佢噶啦，因為咧真正我哋想求嘅係咩啊？就係個 slope 啊嘛，係嘛 ？OK， according to the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Can you see this? Y is already the subject of this equation, and then it is already in the form of mx plus b, where the m will be negative 3 over 4. Okay, so the slope of this straight line will be negative 3 over 4. Okay, just like this. Okay. 好，做多一個啊。So let's do number 2 together. Number 2. The equation is 2x minus 7y plus 21 equals 0. Okay, to find the x-intercept first, so put y equals 0. And then we have 2x, the middle term, the y term disappeared. Okay, so plus 21 is 0. And then you will find that x is equal to negative 21 over 2. So the x-intercept will be negative 21 over 2. Okay, and then you put x to be 0. We have negative 7y plus 21 is equal to 0. And then you find that y is equal to 3. So our y-intercept is just equal to 3. Okay, and for the slope, we just copy the original equation first, and then we will keep the y term along on its positive side. So the 7y, the y term is in its negative side now. So I need to move the negative 7y to the right hand side. Okay, so it's like this, equals 7y, right? And then divide the 7 to the left hand side, or to every term on the left hand side. It's 2x over 7, or just 2 over 7 times x, and then plus 21 over 7 is equal to y. Now, it is already in the y equals mx plus b form, right? Where the m will be 2 over 7. So the slope of this straight line will be equal to 2 over 7. It's okay? Oh, 呢度想你俾個反應我。If you are okay, please give me a like or a clap. Okay? If you are okay to find the x-intercept, y-intercept, and the slope, please give me a like or a clap. If you are not okay for any one step, please raise your hand. 如果 OK 嘅，可唔可以俾一個 like 或者俾個 clap 我得唔得？如果唔 OK 嘅，咁就請你俾個舉手我。呢個重要㗎，因為咧我哋之後一啲長嘅題目咧，好多時咧都會有一 part 咧係叫我哋揾翻一啲重要嘅元素，即係 slope 啦，同埋 x、y intercept 先嘅。OK，make sure 你可以掌握到呢一個技巧，去到俾一條式你係揾翻得到呢3樣嘢出嚟嘅。OK。So now I would like you to complete question number 3 and number 4 yourselves. I give you 3 minutes. And please remember to upload to the Math app web system. Okay. So please, this is classwork. This is page 2.18. Instant drill corner 2.4. Question number 3 and 4. Okay, so it's 2 p.m. to 2:03. Please upload to the Math app web. one little tips. When you are doing questions from this chapter, from the chapter about coordinates, please try to keep your answer as fractions, okay? Fractions. And there is no need to change the fractions to be decimal numbers, okay? So if it is not an integer, please keep it as a fraction, okay? 喺呢一課啊，即係坐標呢啲咁嘅課題裏邊咧，盡量唔需要轉做小數嘅，得唔得？唔需要嘅 ，OK。咁當然你轉咗冇轉錯嘅話咧，都冇問題嘅，即係都唔會扣分嘅。咁但係咧，因為坐標嗰啲嘅時候咧，我哋通常有下一 part 嘅話咧，都係用份數嚟做咧，係會更加方便嘅 ，OK。亦都唔需要轉做大份數啊，唔需要轉做大份數，留翻喺假份數咧就係最好噶啦。 即係一個分子一個分母咁樣樣 ，OK。All right, so let's check the answers. Number 3. Number 3. So 2x plus 3y plus 15 equals 0. To find x-intercept first, put y equals 0. We have 2x plus 15 equals 0. So x should be negative 15 over 2. So the x-intercept should be negative 15 over 2. Okay? And then to find the y-intercept, I put x to be 0. Then it becomes 3y plus 15 equals 0. And y is negative 5. Okay, so that is negative 5. And to find the slope, I need to write the equation one more time and then keep the y term on the positive side. It's 2x, negative 2x minus 15. And then divide the 3 to the right-hand side, negative 2 over 3, x minus 15 over 3. So this one will be the slope. So that should be negative 2 over 3. Okay? And then, number 4. So we have 12x minus 9y equals 0. Number 4. Put y equals 0 to calculate x-intercept. It's 12x equals 0. So x is equal to 0. Okay? The x-intercept is exactly 0. And then we put x equals 0. Then we have negative 9y equals 0. And y is also equal to 0. So y-intercept is also equal to 0, right? Okay? And then the slope, we copy the equation one more time. And then keep the y term on the positive side, okay? So that is move the 9y to the right-hand side. And then divide the coefficients to the other side. It's 12 over 9, x is equal to y, okay? So simplify the fraction. It is 4 over 3. So y is equal to 4 over 3 times x, okay? So 4 over 3 will be the slope of this straight line, okay? So 4 over 3 will be the slope. Is that okay? Are you correct? 得唔得？呢度有冇同學跟唔到嘅？有冇同學覺得講得快咗啲嘅？需唔需要慢翻少少？嗱，希望每一個同學都跟到㗎。呢一課係好基礎嘅嘢嚟㗎，得唔得 ？OK， 好基礎嘅。基礎意思即係話咧，之後好多唔同嘅 chapter 咧。都係 based on 呢一課嘅 knowledge 去到搭上去嘅，所以呢啲咧請大家係打好個基礎佢，得唔得 ？All right, any raise hand? No. Then I'm going to clear the board. Clear. Okay, next page. Next page. So we are going to apply those knowledge, okay, of finding the x-y intercept or finding slope on some longer question, okay, just longer. It's not really long question, okay, because sometimes there will be more than one straight lines in a question, so you need to handle those x-y intercept and those slopes and those equations very carefully. Okay, so let's read question number, example number 8. Example number 8. There are two distinct straight lines. So I would like to you to underline this keyword. Distinct. 嗱，我唔知大家有冇學過 distinct 呢個字 ？OK， 咁喺數學上面嚟講咧，兩樣嘢係 distinct 嘅意思咧，呢個字係同 difference 呢個字咧係 exactly 一模一樣嘅。Exactly， so distinct is exactly the same as different. Okay, so two different straight lines L, capital L and small letter L are given. Okay, part A is capital L parallel to small letter L. Explain your answer. The question is asking you whether one line is parallel to the other line. Okay, so we need to check whether the two straight lines are parallel. But what exactly do we need to check? Okay, in this coordinate geometry topic, to check whether two straight lines are parallel or not is to check whether their slopes are equal or not. Okay, so we need to find the slope of capital L and to find the slope of small letter L, and then to see whether they are equal or not. If the slopes are equal, then we say yes, they are parallel. If the slopes are not equal, then we say no, they are not parallel. Understand? Okay, so what we are going to find will be the slope of capital L first. So we write down the equation. To find the slope, we need to change the subject of this equation to be y. Okay, the y term is on the negative side now. So I need to move it to the right-hand side. Okay, so it should be like this. And then divide the 2 to the left-hand side. It's 4 over 2, x plus 7 over 2 is equal to y. But 4 over 2 is equal to 2, x plus 7 over 2. So the slope of L is equal to 2, right? And then, how about the small letter L? We have 2x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. And again, we need to make y to be the subject of this equation. So I move it to the right. And we do not need to divide number because there is no number attaching to the y. Okay, so the slope is exactly equal to 2. Slope of small letter L is equal to 2. Okay, so well, you can see this. Because the slope of capital L is exactly the same as slope of small letter L. Therefore, we can say that, yes, capital L is parallel to small letter L. That is the answer. Okay? 得唔得？嗱，通常問你問你 yes no 嘅 question， 跟住叫你 explain 嗰啲咧，你就要自己諗下，究竟我哋要計啲咩出嚟，去到做比較咧咁樣樣。OK？ 要計，佢問你兩條線係咪平衡，你就要自己諗到咧。我哋要計個 slope 出嚟，去到做比較啦，比較下佢哋係咪相等嘅咁樣樣。OK。And then part B, the y-intercept of the straight line L1. So there is another straight line, the third straight line, L1, with y-intercept equal to 6. If L1 is parallel to L, find the equation of L1. Okay, in part B, we need to find the equation of L1. 好啦，嗱，我哋又翻嚟呢度咯喎，即係咧 ，find the equation of L1. We need to gather the information, point, slope, and then use the point slope form to write down the equation. Do we have points? 有冇 point 啊？有冇 point 嘅坐標啊？其實有嘅喎，因為佢話咧 ，the y-intercept of the straight line L1 is equal to 6. That is like this. Y-intercept is here, and it is 6. Okay, so this point is on the straight line L1, and it is also on the y-axis. And any point on the y-axis will have the x coordinates equal to 0. Okay, so the complete coordinates of this point will be 0, 6. Okay, 0, 6. Do you understand this? Oh, no. 喂，想問下我而家出邊轉緊嘢，你聽唔聽到我講乜嘢㗎？聽唔聽得清楚啊？有冇同我答？清楚
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Because there are some noise outside the room. Okay. Thank you. If it is not clear, then you just tell me. Okay. All right. And then so we have the point to be 0, 6, and then the slope. How about the slope? It is not given directly, but it says that L1 is parallel to L. So the slope of L1 should be exactly the same as slope of capital L, right? Slope of capital L has already been found to be equal to 2. So the slope of L1 is also equal to 2, okay? So now we have point, we have slope, we can use the point slope form to write down the equation. So equation of L1 will be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, okay? So it's y minus 6 equals 2x. And then move all the terms to one side and keeping x term positive. So it should be on the right, 2x minus y plus 6, okay? And therefore the equation will be 2x minus y plus 6 equals 0. And that is how we can find the equation of the straight line L1. It's okay? 好，呢度有冇同學有任何一個 steps 係唔清晰嘅，要我講多次嘅？ So any students who want me to talk about any step again here? Make sure you really understand. So this is exactly in exam type, okay? An exam type question. 得唔得？即係又會考下你揾翻啲 slope 啊、intercept 啊，跟住又會叫你揾下啲直線 equation 啊。考試就係呢一隻㗎啦，得唔得？ Okay. So now I would like you to try to do the instant drill number 8. So I'm going to clear the board first. So please do instant drill number 8. So I give you 5 minutes here. So let's check the answers. Seems that this one is a little bit more challenging, right? Okay. So there are two straight lines, capital L and small letter l are given, and the equations are given. And in part A, the question asked you is capital L perpendicular to small letter l, and explain your answer. Okay. We need to check whether these two lines are perpendicular to each other. So what should we calculate? Exactly, will be the slopes. Okay, if two lines are perpendicular to each other, then the product of their slopes will be equal to -1. That is when you multiply. When you multiply m1 times m2, that should be equal to -1, right? But if you multiply m1 to m2, that is not equal to -1, then you should say no, they are not perpendicular. Okay, so let's check whether the slopes, okay, are multiplied to be -1. But we need to find the slopes of the two lines first. Okay, for L, we have 2x minus 10y plus 9 equals 0. And then I'm going to change the subject to y. Okay, so it is negative term here, negative 10y. So I'm going to move the 10y to the right. Okay, and then divide to the every term on the left hand side. Okay, so y will be equal to 1/5x plus 9/10, which means that slope of L will be 1/5. Okay, and then for small letter l, equation is 5x minus y plus 3 equals 0. Okay, and then I'm going to make y to the subject again, so move the y term to the right. And there is no number to be divided. So y is equal to 5x plus 3, which means that slope of L is equal to 5. Okay, so we need to do this. So m1 times m2 is equal to 1/5 times 5, which is equal to 1. But it is not equal to -1. It's not equal to -1. OK， 嗱呢度咧留意啊！你要攞到呢一分嘅話咧，一定要寫到呢一個 ，OK， 不等於-1先至可以攞到呢一分嘅，得唔得？你淨係計到佢等於1咧係唔得嘅，因為咧佢而家要你 check 嗰樣嘢係咪 perpendicular 啊嘛，所以你要 check 嗰樣嘢就係佢乘埋係咪等於-1 ，OK。你話咗佢等於1都唔得，你要俾改卷嗰位即係嘅老師咧知道你係唔等於-1，即係用同-1去 check 先至得嘅，先攞到分嘅。OK， 咁當然啦，亦都要 draw conclusion。Therefore, your conclusion will be that L is not perpendicular to small letter l. Okay, so that is the answer of part A. All right, and then part B, we have B1 and B2. The y-intercept of the straight line L1 is -3. Find the equation of L1 in each of the following cases. We are going to find the equation of another straight line L1. Okay, and then we need a point. It is given that the y-intercept is -3. Which means that, so if it is y-intercept, then the point, the coordinates of the point, will have x coordinates equals 0. And then the y coordinate will be exactly the y-intercept number. Okay, so we have 0 and -3 to be the point. And how about the slope? Because this time in part A, in part 1, it is given that L1 is parallel to L. So the slope of L1 should be exactly the same as slope of L. Okay, the slope of L has been found to be 1/5. Okay, so now we have point, we have slope, and then we can write down the equation of L1 will be y minus y1 equals 1/5 times x minus x1. Okay, so this y plus 3 equals 1/5 x. then multiply the 5. 5y plus 15 equals x. So 0 is equal to x minus 5y minus 15. Okay, or if you want to be better, then write this on the left. That is the equation of L1 in part B1. All right. Okay, and then B2 is the other requirement. Is that if L1 is perpendicular to L this time, but we have the same point, right? Same point is 0, -3. But this time, the slope of L1, because they are perpendicular, therefore M1 times M2 should be -1. Okay, this M1 is what I want to find, and then M2 should be the slope of L. That is 1/5. Okay, so M1 should be -5. So the slope of the required straight line should be -5. Now we have the point, we have the slope, we can write down the equation. Okay, so let me write here. Equation of L1 will be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so it's y plus 3 equals -5x. Just move the 5x to the left. 5x plus y plus 3 is equal to 0. That is the answer of part B2. Is that okay? 好，有冇同學跟唔到嘅呢度 Is there anyone who want me to talk about any steps again? If so, please raise your hand. If not, I'm going to clear the board. Okay? Clear. Okay. Example number 9 will be more or less the same. Okay, so let us just read the question in example number 9. The straight line L passes through the first point and the second point. Find the equation of L. Okay, so we have 2 points. So we can choose either one point to be the point. And then we can calculate the slope by using the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can find the point, we can find the slope, we can find the equation of L. Okay, and then in part B, another straight line, small letter L is perpendicular to capital L. The 2 straight lines intersect at 0 and A. Find the slope and the y-intercept of small letter L. Okay, because this point, so I think I need to talk about this part B. Okay， 好嗱呢度咧留意啦，我需要講嘅 part B。part A 唔講啦 ，part A 咧即係俾咗2點你，叫你揾直線嘅 equation 嘅話咧，其實根本上就係同之前嗰啲係一樣嘅。咁我當揾咗咯喎 ，OK？ Equation of L is like this, and then in part B, B1, I need to find the slope of L. Okay. Well, in fact, in part A, I have found the slope of L, capital L, will be 3 minus 2 over -4 minus -2. So that should be -1/2. Okay, -1/2. That is the slope of capital L. And then the slope of small letter L, because small letter L is perpendicular to capital L. So M1 times M2 is equal to -1. M1 is what I want to find. M2 is the slope of capital L, that is -1/2. And then we can find that M1 should be equal to +2. That is the slope of small l is 2. Okay, just answering the question like this. And then the y-intercept of small letter L. Okay, small letter L. 嗱呢度咧睇住喎，我點樣揾咧 ？The 2 straight lines intersect at 0 and A。呢一點咧係大街 L 同埋細街 L 嘅相交點嚟嘅。Okay，which means that this point 0A 0A lies on capital L, and at the same time 0A lies on small letter L. It's okay? And then, which means that the point 0A lies on capital L, and then we can put 0A into capital L. It's okay? Because 0A is an intersection point between capital L and small l. Then this point lies on both straight line. But if a point is lying on a straight line, we can put the coordinates into the equation. OK？ 記唔記得啊？呢個如果我哋知道咗佢係喺條線上面嘅話咧，我哋就可以直接擺個坐標落去條 equation 嗰度，係 left hand side 等於 right hand side 咁樣喎，唔使分開 left hand side right hand side 啦。OK？ So the equation of L is x plus 2y minus 2 equals 0. And then I will put 0 into x and plus I put a into y. It's okay? So we have 2a minus 2 is equal to 0. So a is equal to 1. Okay? But this 0a is already on the y-axis. Can you see this? Because this point has 0 as the x coordinates. X coordinates equal to 0 means that it is the y-intercept. Okay? Therefore, you have already found the answer in part B1. Therefore, the y-intercept of small letter l is just equal to 1. OK？ 得唔得？有冇發現到其實呢個世界 A 咪就係個 y-intercept 嚟嘅咯？因為佢世界 A 黐住個 x 坐標咧係0嚟㗎嘛，係嘛？之前咪講過求 y-intercept 就係 put 個 x 等於0去到計個 y 出嚟嘅。OK？ 咁所以咧，如果個點喺條線上邊，而個點嘅 x 坐標係0嘅話咧，佢嘅 y 坐標就係 y-intercept 嚟㗎啦。調翻轉嚟講，如果個點喺條線上邊，佢嘅 y 坐標都係0嘅話咧，嗰點嘅 x 坐標就係個 x-intercept 嚟㗎啦。OK？ So now we have found the y-intercept of small l to be 1. And then, part 2, we are going to find the equation of small l. Equation of straight line. Okay, find the equation of straight line. We need to find a point, we need to find a slope. Okay, point. We already know that 0a is a point on the straight line L. So we will use 0, 1. Okay, and then for the slope, we have already found the slope of small letter l. Okay, in B1, that is equal to 2. So equation of small l, let me do it here. Equation of small letter l will be y minus y1, that's 1, equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so y minus 1 equals 2x. So 0 is equal to 2x minus y plus 1, or 2x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. Is that okay? 好嗱，開始複雜㗎啦啲題目。複雜嘅意思，只不過咧係將好多唔同嘅 part 叫你計好多唔同嘅嘢咁解嘅啫。係咪真係樣樣嘢都好有關係咧？其實唔係嘅。OK， 即係咪真係好錯綜複雜嗰啲複雜咧？唔係嘅。OK， 咁你只要每樣嘢每一 part 咧睇清楚佢哋求啲乜嘢，然之後咧俾嗰啲咩資料你嘅話咧，你就得㗎啦。OK，so any problems for example 9? There is no problem. I'm going to clear the board. Clear. And then I would like you to do the ID 9. ID 9. So please do instant drill number 9. in the classwork. So I give you 5 minutes.黃星游，我睇唔到你第二題。第一題冇問題嘅，第二題可能要再 upload 過啦。
好。
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's check the answers. So instant rule number 9. The straight line L passes through point 1, 2 and point -1, -4. Okay, find the equation of L. So this is very standard, right? Part A. So we have a point. We need to find the equation of L. Okay, so I'm going to use my point slope equation approach. Okay, point, choose the point with no negative sign, and then slope. We use the y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so that should be equal to 3, right? And then equation of L will be y minus 2 equals m times x minus 1. Okay, removing the brackets is 3x minus 3, moving all terms to the right, 3x minus y minus 1. Okay, so therefore equation is 3x minus y minus 1 equals 0. Is that okay? And then part B, small letter L is a straight line and small l perpendicular to big L. The two straight lines intersect at 0k, okay, which means that 0k is a common point lying on the two straight lines, okay, which means that 0k satisfies the equations of both straight lines, okay. So it means that 0k is a point on capital L. And of course, it is also a point on small letter l. But I just use the fact that it is a point on capital L to calculate the value of k. Okay, so I can put 0k into the equation of L. So 3 times 0 minus k minus 1 equals 0. So it's negative k minus 1 equals 0. K is equal to -1. Okay, so that is the answer of part B1. So, okay, and then to find the equation of small letter l. Small letter l, again, we need to find the equation of a straight line. We need a point, we need a slope. Okay, the point will be just, because 0k is the intersection point of these two straight lines, so it can be a point on small letter l. So we use 0k. The k has been found to be -1 here. Okay, and then for a slope, because we know that small l and the big L are perpendicular to each other, so we have m1 times m2 is equal to -1. m1 is what I want to find. m2 will be the slope of big L, so that is 3. Okay, has been found in part A. So m1 will be equal to -1 over 3. Okay, so that is the slope of the required equation. Okay, and therefore the equation of small letter l can be found by using the point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to -1 over 3 times x minus 0. So y plus 1 is equal to -1 over 3 times x. So multiplying the 3 to the left-hand side, 3y plus 3 is -x, and then x plus 3y plus 3 is equal to 0. It's okay? So that is the answer of B2. All right? So let me see. All right, up to now, is there any problem? If you are okay up to now, please give me a response, okay? If you are okay up to this moment, please give me a like or give me a clap. Good. If you are not okay for any part, please give me a hand, raise hand. If there's any part that you are not okay, please raise your hand.有任何 part 係跟唔到嘅，可唔可以俾個舉手我睇睇 ？Okay, So I'm going to clear the board. Otasin. So maybe I am not going to talk about number 10 today. Okay. So let us continue this section next week. Okay. So I will just stop here. And if you have any problems, you may stay behind. But if you have no problems, then that is the end of this lesson. You may leave now. Okay. See you